So for tea for tonight, I cooked the quorn southern fried things from farm foods that I got today for what I thought was a bargain at £1.25 or something like that. £1 something. And I've got to say, when I took them out the oven, they just looked the most bizarrest things ever. Minnie is staring at them. She's determined to get some. I'm like, you would be like, I don't think so, when you sort of got your chops around these. They are, I mean, they just look like, I don't know. They don't even look appetizing. They're just disgusting. The middle's okay, but it's just the coating on the outside. It's just awful. And I'm not keen on them. They come in a box of 8, I think. Something like that. And I thought I'd just have them on their own. I just can't be asked to try foraging for something. And I'm just so disappointed. I really thought they were going to taste like... See, I used to love the quorn southern fried burgers that they used to do. They used to be like a southern fried chicken, like a KFC type burger thing. And they were amazing. You know, the coating on the outside was just perfect. The middle was nice. And no, you won't want these anyway, trust me. I'm doing you a favour. And I used to like them. This is when I was vegetarian, and I don't know. They did stop them. It was one of those things that I sort of, you know, when I was a vegetarian as a kid, well, a teenager, at that point. No, you're not having that. You know, there were certain foods that we were very limited on foods back then. Vegetarians. I wish I knew back then what vegan was and how to sort of get. No, now stop it. I've got a cat that just wants to eat whatever I've got. Minnie, just go. Oh, she's a pain sometimes. I love her, but honestly, when there's food around, she's got to have whatever I'm eating. And it just annoys the shit out of me sometimes, you know. Because it takes me ages sometimes to prepare stuff. And at the minute, with the kitchen being as it is, you know, everything is just so messed up. But yeah. Don't they just look like... They look like they're made out of plaster or something. They just look disgusting. But yeah, I was expecting great things. And I wouldn't have them again if they were free. I've got another box because I picked up 2 thinking, oh, they're going to be amazing. And they're just awful. So I think they're just going to end up just chucked in the bin. You know, put them down to a bad experience. And just sort of look forward to when I can get a big shop again. Because then I'm going to really enjoy getting all my favourite foods in on my Tesco shop. I know this isn't forever. That's what I keep thinking now. This isn't forever. This is just a temporary measure until, you know, the work is done. I've got the weekend now to live in the building site conditions. But we'll be all right. We'll cope. You make do. It's like going away on holiday without actually going out through, not going away. It's, you know, you're sort of, when you're in the room, and, you know, you're sort of improvisation with foods, isn't it? You know, if you're trying to keep costs down and stuff. Yeah, I think I may end up nipping out tomorrow and just grabbing myself a sarnie or something from M&S, or going to Greggs. I did a Greggs earlier, the steak bakes, the vegan steak bakes. Oh my God, they're amazing. They're just the best. And I love the vegan sausage rolls as well. They did have the wedges, but I just couldn't be bothered to try and fight with these people that were just sort of in a coma, sort of deciding what to eat. And I just thought, I can't be arsed. My wheels are are hard enough to get round without people sort of in a daydream. So yeah. But yeah, I'm really, really disappointed with these. So if you see them in farm foods, I would say save your money and get something else. They're just tasteless. The outside is just crap. I'll be completely honest. They're bloody awful. I don't recommend these whatsoever. Yeah. And perhaps at farm foods because nobody would buy them. And they've got like a ton of them at Tesco's and whatnot, and no one's bought them because they're so awful. They did do the takeaway style burgers. I don't know if they still do them anymore, the quorn vegan ones. And they were okay, but I think it was... Oh, I just heard a bang. I don't know what's going on. Cats are just able to go anywhere right this second because we've got no doors on any of the rooms now, apart from obviously the living room. I have a feeling that's going to happen next week. They're going to come back, and once the door's on the bedroom, I think that they will then come back and do the living room door. And I'll barricade them in there. I'm dreading that because I've got stuff all over the place, and I don't know, they'll be all right. It's hard. I don't know how many weeks of this I've got to look forward to, but we will persevere. Minnie, no, you can't eat it. I'm going to try and get some bread rolls tomorrow and do some Beyond Burgers or something. I've got bits and pieces in my freezer. Minnie, what are you doing? Oh, this cat, she's just everywhere. But yeah, they're just awful. And it is a sign if they're awful, because I don't really tend to leave much food at all. But yeah, I just can't wait for a bit, I know this isn't forever and it's a bit chaotic. And I'm sorry you're sat staring, looking at a video of these really awful looking... That's it. That's a bit better, I suppose. I don't know. Take your pick. But yeah, my eye isn't as bad today. Yesterday, this was so angry. I felt like I'd been punched in the eye. I wasn't sure if I was going to hiccup or what, so I just glugged a bit of drink. Pop. So yeah, at the minute it's making do. It's like being away on holiday and you're sort of improvising with food and getting what you can have to eat. Makeshift meals. I mean, I haven't plugged my microwave in. Minnie, get down. Go on. My microwave is sat on the table in here. I've been living off things that are like those pot noodle type things. Why is it I feel like I can hear a noise, but I can't? Get down. Go down, because it's not on my legs. Oh, dear. I don't know. Maybe it's upstairs. Maybe I can hear something. What are you doing? Yeah, you can't have this. These are disgusting. I'm doing you a huge favour not letting you eat them. But yeah, the... things like the pot noodle type things, not pot noodles, but I found a few that I managed to get with Tesco's shop. No. Everybody wants my food. It suddenly looks very, very appealing. Yeah, so, yeah. Yeah, the pot noodle things. They're called naked noodles. And they actually were okay. And then I've had some KOKO pots. They've been okay. So I got 2 more today from B&M. in the curry flavour, just as something to fill a hole whilst I'm sort of having to be out of bounds from the kitchen. I'm drinking an awful lot of bottled water, bottled little pop bottles, things like that. Easy access stuff, just because I'm waiting on, everything's all packed away. And at the minute, I've wiped a couple of the sides down in the kitchen, but it's really hard because, I can't clean it properly because everywhere is caked in like a fine layer of white dust, really. I mean, the guys did really, really well to sort of keep everything to a minimum. Unlike the council guys that came to put me in the big, massive dehumidifier thing that's in, and I had thick brick dust all over my flat. And he didn't clean up after himself or anything, really. He made a right mess and just smeared mess everywhere. So anyway, at the minute, today I went in the kitchen after I got back in, and I gave my kitchen sink a wipe down. I wiped down the units that were close to. I wiped the microwave, the washing machine and the dryer. I gave them a wipe down before I could use them. I got the builder to move things out the way so I could get them used and get my mountain of washing done. Which was handy because he'd only come back to get his tools and just to see what work had been done when he wasn't here to oversee everything. Yeah, and he's not impressed by a couple of the guys that were here and what their work standard and his are two different things. So it is just a case now of, well, just waiting and seeing what's going to happen Monday. But yeah, I did give the washing machine a wipe down. I gave the dryer a wipe down. But it's very difficult when you're wiping things down and you've got cats that run along through the hallway and, into everything, especially the areas where there's like, I haven't wiped or swept or anything. And they literally then race through and then they put white paw marks all over everything. So you're just basically cleaning but not cleaning. So I just thought, I know it's wiped. You know what I mean? I know it's wiped. I know it's wiped, but it doesn't feel clean. I did FaceTime my cleaner lady today. I showed her what's been going on and she's very impressed. I was mentally planning for her to come tomorrow and clean for me, but the place is just an absolute war zone. It's nowhere near finished. There's a lot of work still to be done. There's a lot more mess to still be made. So she might as well wait until it's all done and then come in and do it. I've got to contact my care people on Monday, I think. I just wanted to see what actually was going to happen whilst over the weekend and early into Monday. And then I weren't sure if anybody was going to turn up today or not. So I thought, right, I'll wait. And nothing. At one point I did nip out and then I had a phone call. Oh, we've got somebody that's outside from the building, from builders that needs to approve something and sign something off. So I was like, okay. So I came back and the lady went round with a tape measure quickly and that was it. She was gone. So I was like, okay, thanks. Yeah. And so it's just a case now of living within this conditions for a couple of days, but at least we've got a few days of where we've not got to be awake early morning, can have a sleep and just chill and maybe nip out and get something tomorrow. I just fancy something different. I'm getting a bit fed up with noodles, to be honest, but, you know, they're not bad, but you're sort of making do. It's like when you've been on holiday and you eat certain foods, you tend to eat to the same places sometimes, or the same kind of foods, and eventually you get fed up with things like chips and you just want something different, or certain breakfast foods. So, yeah. So maybe tomorrow I'll nip out and get a sarnie or something get my, I'd love a Subway or something like that. I really would. We'll see. I don't know, but I just fancy something different. But it's very difficult because my little under-the-counter fridge is to the back behind things, and it's virtually empty anyway. There are a few things in there, but I can't get into them. I've managed to rescue a few apples. Ooh. So that's been nice to have something fruity and not a pastry or something. So yeah, so I've not been able to get any bits. I just think this isn't a permanent thing, so it's just making do for the next sort of week, possibly 2 weeks, who knows. I don't know how long this is going to be for, how long I'm going to be stuck in this situation of, living out of, but at least I've got I can defrost one of my vegan joints and do something with those tomorrow. I might get some little potatoes or something and do that for my tea. Oh, that's an idea, and then use leftovers to make like a roll or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just, yeah. It's like you start, when you can't do something and suddenly you start thinking of food ideas and, I could just eat that, But the minute I'm waiting and I don't know what the plan is with the cupboards, and, I can't even say, right, come and wipe the sides down in the cupboards, wipe the shelves down, then we'll put things in the cupboards, because there's still work to be done, and they might have to take the cupboard back down and reschedule where to put things. It's not permanently, put up yet. Things can still change. So we shall see. But I'm just excited with the fact that we are in this stage of things happening now, because, a few weeks ago, I really thought that they were going to be some kind of issue with the build, all this, and maybe there's going to be like, it can't happen now, yeah, run out of money or whatever. Oh God, my eyes. They are getting better. I've always had issues with my eyes, especially like now, this time of year when everything's coming to blossom. My sinuses and everything always gets affected. So, yeah, with all the brick dust and everything hasn't helped, and it's sort of made, and then there's the lack of sleep. So, yeah, I feel like, oh my God. But there we are. Right, I've waffled on long enough. It was meant to be just a quick review of these disgusting nuggety. They're just vile. I mean, look at them. They don't even look interesting. No, you're not having them. They are horrible. They're going straight in the bin. I am never getting them again. They're just bleh. Right. Anyway, I shall go and put this away before Minnie thinks she can pinch one. She'll be very disappointed. And I'll catch you again soon. Bye for now.